The chamber was silent except for the hum of the gravity field. 10 warriors stood in a perfect circle. Each one was elite. Each one was legendary. Each one had personally ended wars. And at the center of them all stood a single human, unarmed, unarmored, smiling. Commander Zyra of the Valak Dominion watched from the elevated platform, her 4 eyes narrowing in satisfaction. Her warriors were the finest her species could produce, genetically optimized, cybernetically enhanced, trained since birth for combat. They had crushed rebellion worlds. They had slaughtered Deathworld predators. They had never lost a sanctioned engagement, and now they surrounded one human male who had dared to refuse her ultimatum. She activated the chamber's amplifiers. "Human," Zyra announced, her voice echoing with authority, "you are encircled by my 10 elite warriors. Each one could kill your kind in seconds. Surrender now, and your death will be efficient." The human looked around slowly. He tilted his head. Then he smirked. "Perfect," he said casually. Zyra blinked. "Needed the exercise." Confusion rippled through the chamber. One of the warriors shifted his stance, claws flexing. Another tightened the grip on his shock blade. They were trained to recognize fear, micro-movements, hormonal spikes, involuntary tremors. The human showed none. His heart rate was steady. His posture relaxed. His breathing calm. Zyra felt irritation. "Overconfidence will not save you," she snapped. "You humans always mistake luck for skill." The human chuckled. "No," he replied. "You mistake restraint for weakness." She gave the order. "Engage!" The warriors attacked simultaneously. What followed was not a fight. It was a demonstration. The first warrior lunged, blade flashing toward the human's throat. The human stepped into the strike. A twist of his body redirected the blade. A sharp elbow shattered the warrior's neck plating. The Valak collapsed before his blade hit the ground. The second warrior fired a pulse weapon. The human grabbed the fallen body, using it as cover for less than half a second, long enough to close the distance. He slammed the weapon aside, dislocated the shooter's shoulder, and used the same motion to drive a knee into the warrior's chest. Armor crumpled. The third and fourth attacked together. The human smiled wider. Zyra felt her confidence waver. Her warriors were moving perfectly. Textbook formations, overlapping fields of attack, predictive algorithms feeding their neural implants. And still, they were falling. The human didn't fight like a Valak. He didn't fight like any species she knew. He fought like someone who had been surrounded before. Many times. The fifth warrior tried a different tactic, feinting retreat, drawing the human forward. The human followed, then stopped. "Too obvious," he said. He threw a small metal object at the floor. The gravity field flickered. For half a second, the chamber destabilized. That half-second was enough. When gravity normalized, 2 more warriors were down, unconscious, alive, but finished. Zyra's mandibles tightened. "Focus," she shouted. "Overwhelm him." The remaining warriors obeyed, abandoning elegance for brute force. That was their mistake. The human moved faster, not because he was stronger, because he was experienced. Every strike was economical, every movement precise. He used their strength against them, their enhancements against their expectations. A punch to a joint instead of armor, a shove into another warrior's attack arc, a brief pause that baited aggression. They fought to win. He fought to end it. The 9th warrior fell with a broken leg and shattered pride. The 10th hesitated. Just for a moment. The human noticed. He always noticed. "Smart," the human said quietly. "You're thinking about survival." The warrior froze. Zyra screamed, "Finish him!" The warrior didn't move. The human stepped forward and gently pushed him aside. The warrior collapsed, overwhelmed by pain and fear. Silence filled the chamber. 10 elite warriors lay defeated. some unconscious, some groaning, none dead. The human stood at the center, adjusting his sleeves. Zyra stayed in disbelief. "This is impossible," she whispered. The human looked up at her. "No," he said calmly. "This is human." Security alarms blared. Heavy doors began to close. Zyra regained her composure, rage burning behind her eyes. "You think this proves something," she snarled. "You are still one human in a hostile empire." The human shrugged. "I know." He glanced around the chamber. "Which is why I didn't kill them." Zyra stiffened. "What?" He met her gaze. "You sent elites," he said. "Leaders. Symbols." A pause. "They'll remember this." She laughed bitterly. "You think mercy scares us." The human smirk returned. "No," he replied. "I think stories do." Later, long after the human was escorted away under heavy guard, Zyra reviewed the battle footage, frame by frame, every motion, every decision. What terrified her wasn't the human's strength. It was his control. He could have killed them. He chose not to. Days later, whispers spread through the Valak Dominion. 10 elites defeated by one human. No fatalities. No enhancements detected. No weapons. Just training, experience, and restraint. A junior officer asked Zyra quietly, "Commander, what happens if we face a human who isn't holding back?" Zyra stared at the stars beyond the viewport. "We don't," she said softly. Across the galaxy, a new warning circulated among military academies and war councils alike. If a human smiles when surrounded, you are already too late. Because humans don't fear being outnumbered. They fear being unprepared. And when a human smirks and says, "Perfect, needed the exercise," it means you've just volunteered to teach the galaxy why no one ever underestimates them twice.